I think what's going on here in this country, in South Africa at the moment, man, it's gold. Obviously in the back of the Springboks back-to-back championship and doing well. I think it's gold. I think it's got everybody excited about rugby.
Rugby, yeah.
It's obviously a perception.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what the numbers say, but it looks like everyone excited about rugby.
This is the most fertile time.
Yes.
I mean, we were speaking saying this is the golden time and era.
Yeah.
It almost feels like everything is on our doorstep. When it comes to rugby, people are receptive.
100%.
In life there, you meet lots of people. Welcome to the Kerport, and this is what the Kerport is about. There's people that stick around in your life and you meet them in different times and spaces in their lives. And rugby has been the thread and the common thread that has been going through our vein, in course of our vein. Who am I talking about? Who am I so excited to have here at the Keeping It Rugby with Tobani Bobo? It's Mpho Mbiyozo, the Lusikisiki Mpondo Warrior. Straight from New Zealand. I brought him with his shorts and all because the man has got the whistle and now in his jangles. What do they call them in New Zealand? They still call them thongs?
No, thongs is Aussie and then jangles is Kiwi.
And the jangles is Kiwis. Mpho, Impi, Ndodakuti, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Good, man. Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me, man. It's good to be here. Good to see you. You look very elite. You make me feel very, not ashamed, but like, oh, jeez, I need to work on myself.
No, we always try to inspire each other. I remember the very first time I met you, I think it was my second time around in Cape Town, and I just signed with the Stormers, and we went, I don't know if we were at the pub or we were in night.
That's a good chance.
We were out, and everyone's like, yo, do you know Impi? Do you know Mpho? Do you know him? He reminds me so much of you when he used to play at school. He's playing flank for the Ikes. He's stealing so much ball. And I bump into Impi and he's like, yo. I'm like, I'm still trying to think. What Cape Town, those days, Ikes. I mean, iconic club, right? A storied club in Cape Town. I mean, memories of back then, memories of those days. I mean, it's things that we don't get to really celebrate, and this is a time and a chance.
Yeah, we don't. You know, you the other day I listened to a Tyson Fury little clip. He talks about moment in time. He says that I'm paraphrasing now, obviously I'll stuff it up a little bit, but he says that the gold, the money, the houses, the cars don't matter. You know, the most important thing you own is moments in time, because no one can take that away from you. And you don't realize that when you're 18 or when you're 19, 20, 21, 22, because you're invisible, you're invincible, and you're indestructible.
Yeah.
But when you sit back and look back in our age now, like, man, what moment in time.
What a special time.
What a special time. What a time to be alive, and the little things that you achieve with those, the friendships you made. Yeah, it's looking back is it's as they say, hindsight is a perfect science.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah.
And the vision and how you sort of now, I mean, I think about the another sort of crossing that we had was with Paul True at the Sevens. Where
how good was that?
How good was that? And the tours that we had. I mean, I think we went to LA. Yeah. It was the first American leg of the HSBC. Yeah. Back in 2007 odd. And we
New Zealand first, then LA.
New Zealand, and then we went to LA. Yeah. And we always used to share a special bond of hard work, but at the same time balance with some good fun. I remember because I was an adopted Kenyan.
Is it the right time to say those Kenyan parties which you dragged me to, screaming and kicking? Potentially have shortened my life by a couple of years.
For me, probably one of my proudest moments. I mean, please, if you can do and do tell and do share onto this story, was 2007 was something where the Blitzboks, the sevens program, had started to find a way to consolidate itself as the sevens program that was not a situation where it was an extra limb of what the Springboks was. 2008 when we won that series. I feel we won because I felt like I was such a part of the little infancy of that. I mean, the pioneers of greatness. Just take us to that mindset and the mind shift of what really started to happen within that sevens Blitzboks.
Yeah. Look, again, hindsight is perfect science. You know, I remember. So this was been 2008, Jan 2008. We had Paul organized a trip to Aussie. We 2 week trip to Aussie camp. We call it a camp. We was the Darwin Sevens, which is called the hottest sevens in the world, and it's for a reason.
Bloody 40s.
I'm not sure if you've ever been to Darwin.
Not anytime soon.
Hopefully never again. Good place though. A good place for cold beer.
Because it's so hot.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Anyway, so we spent the time. We played a tournament there, which we won, and then we spent a week down in Manly, which is very different from Darwin.
Yeah.
And the one evening we thought we'd train the whole week in Manly, and like the weekend we thought, we'll go into Sydney and just socialize, have a few beverages with the locals. And Paul goes, "Hey boys, let's have this meeting." Right, it'll be quick. We're like, righto, everyone is all dressed to their tea and smelling good,
ready to visit. I mean,
100% ready to care.
Tommy tourists.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so we end up sitting down there and conversation, and the conversation just flows. It just absolutely just flows like no one's business. And then 7 hours later, we're still talking. Not a word of a lie.
So you guys engaged so much that what you guys thought this was all going to be about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we the next day, again after dinner, "Hey boys, let's finish our conversation," because it wasn't finished. Another 4 hours after that, same thing. And then after that, we came up with we coined the Marius Skuman actually coined the phrase "pioneers of greatness." Let's be pioneers of greatness. And that's where it started. That's how it began. And again, hindsight is perfect science. You look back now, it's like, man, you can pinpoint the moment it happened.
Yeah.
Because the conversations were going on. Everyone was honest about it. Everyone took accountability. I remember Paul staying up, said, "Right, who's going to take care of attack?" I think Stick, whatever, put up his hand up. Who's going to take care of defense? I can't remember what it was. Who's going to take up a set piece? I'm like, I'll do that. But everyone took responsibility of all this aspect of the game.
Yeah.
And we own the game. Us as players own the game. Paul was just the conductor basically. But I'll tell you a story. I'm not sure if I can share it here.
You can always share.
Right.
In all forms.
Everyone knows.
We love expression too.
Brilliant. Everyone knows it might not put me in a good light, but anyways, who cares? Everyone knows Cape Town is pretty sweet sport to live in.
Yeah.
And then Caprice on a Sunday, it's just magnificent.
Cracker.
The beers taste, it's, I don't know how to explain it.
The place is heaving.
Yeah, it's heaving, and boys elsewhere in Stellenbosch, do the same thing elsewhere.
Sure.
Whether it be Hawaiian farm. But I tell you what happened though. You come to training on a Monday morning. It doesn't matter what time you got home. The boys are absolutely tear into it. And that was all was born out of the meeting in Sydney, in Manly. Like, we don't care what you do outside of your time, but when you rock up here on a training day, mate, you don't stuff around. You gotta go. Gotta give it a go. Yeah.
How has that, in a way, after you've been there, I mean, I can take you back to a memory where you made the headlines captaining the Blitzboks in Adelaide win.
How good was that?
And
The Kenyan parties, wasn't it?
yeah, those Kenyan parties, but
that's the only memory I have. When I started reporting these Kenyan parties.
and I remember, I know what type of person you are and the character that you are. Very frank, like to speak your mind, the best of times. And I think they asked you a question of how do you guys feel, and your retort was something like, "Fuck, it's fucking lovely, yo, isn't it? We just fucking won," and everyone is going, "Oh, he is swearing," but.
Yeah,
But to you, to me, understanding that that's how you express yourself, that's how you come across, that's how you as a leader, you sort of set up those sort of, if I can't do it, I can't be shouting at you to do it.
Yeah.
You expected a lot from everyone because you wanted to give. Like, take us through that now. I mean, you were there, the pioneer of greatness, part of this, taking responsibility of the set piece, to now being part of the winning captains throughout that season.
Yeah.
Because you had to keep on winning if you wanted to win the HSBC series for the first time. Now you're the leader. Now you're starting to, I mean, everything is already, the wheels are in motion now.
Yeah.
I took you back, right?
Yeah, oh, it took me yeah, Jesus. Actually, someone tagged me on a couple of pictures, back-to-back pictures. Like, oh, man, oh, how good was that? Look, again, I think for me at the time it was pretty simple because you know, we all had roles and responsibilities. We all knew everyone understood what their roles and responsibilities were. So it's just a matter of just, mate, you just do your job, I do my job, bang. No need for me to have this rousing whatever speech to everyone. Was like, yeah. Well, funny enough though, our speech was, and to this day, and at the time I think it was Renfred, Sticky, had kids at that stage, I think. I'm not sure who else has kids at that stage. I was not a word of a lie. Our speech was, "Hey boys, don't fuck with my bonus."
This guy needs those nappy money.
Those nappy money. That was our speech in the game, pre-game. But but the good thing about it is we knew, hey, there's a job to be done. A job to be done. We knew what we wanted to achieve as a group, and that was it. There was no need for any other rousing or.
No, I mean, you could not try to build something that was not there.
Yeah,
which was not fake which is something that the boys didn't sort of believe in.
100%. And even if someone made a mistake, it wasn't me. I mean, it could be anyone else with just a look, like, you know, and you knew
that's not our standard.
Yeah, mate, that's not our standard. You pick it up. You know, we got to be better than this. And that was awesome. And it's again, it's probably it's hard to. Not hard, but sometimes it's hard to sort of explain, because I think what made us win and what makes a lot of teams successful teams successful is those intangible things.
Yeah.
I now call them the care factor.
Okay.
You know, and there's 4 versions of the care factor. One is care for yourself, which is the greatest self-love you can give yourself. Care about the output you put in. You know, and then care about the jersey that you're wearing, subsequently the guy wearing the same jersey as you. Care about your family, because in any family, there's sacrifices that were made for you to be where you are. Doesn't matter what it is. And then care about the people who pay or stay up to watch you play wherever you are. You know, and if when all else is equal, those 4 for me triumph above the other team. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know? No. And I think we had those without even talking about them.
Yeah.
We had those. We cared for each other. We cared for
the jersey.
We cared for the cause, because as you said earlier on, we were the extra leg. We wanted to be a different entity. And subsequently, you know, I think I would like to believe we achieved that, and subsequently after that, beyond that, it's gone on to become what it has become today.
I mean, it's been there was a time, especially if you look back now, it's maybe about 10 good years ago, where our most successful team was the Blitzboks,
Yeah,
where we were hurting when it came to 15 man's game. And the one thing that the Blitzboks had was it was not the rugby, but it was the effort that was put in to succeed that was tangible for everyone to see.
yeah,
And I mean, you must be proud of like setting up, because everyone talks about, no, we want to leave the jersey in a better position than we found it.
yeah.
But when you see that becomes the standard, I mean,
Yeah.
how does that sort of inspire you to now where you are in life to know that there has been, I guess, it's part of validation of
Yeah.
what you're putting your mind into?
Yeah, look, hugely. I think first thing first, you gotta give Paul True enormous credit for it.
Yeah.
He had the vision for it, and he was lucky enough at the time to have a guy who was head of Sassel at the time, Richard Hughes, I think was his name, to back it up, and he saw it through, and
Do you still have those vouchers for the gas?
I wish I did. God, I wish I did. I was reading the news the other day, and they're saying in New Zealand, in the next couple of weeks, the fuel will be $3 a liter. That's like 30 odd bucks. Jesus.
$300 a liter.
30 odd rand a liter.
It's not even a gallon, it's a liter.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But anyways, look, again, huge kudos to Paul. Vision for it, and seeing it through, and then passing it on to the next generation, the Pauls and the Schoomans, and just watching those boys play. It just again, it's the effort. You know what I mean? And you that's you can't coach that.
No.
The system produces that. Look at all the successful teams in the world, the Crusaders of the world, the Bulls of the late 2000s, the Toulon of the early 2000s and 2010s, the Toulouse now. It's just all you see is just the effort. Man, it's just. You can't beat that. There's a good saying I really love is that you can't beat a man who got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And that's what you see those successful teams. The Boks.
Yes.
Oh God, how can I forget?
Yeah, I mean,
man, it's
back-to-back playoff 1 point wins.
Well, never mind a back-to-back playoff. It's back-to-back wins. Sorry, it's just watching how even in the loss. Man,
even in the loss against Ireland last year.
Yeah.
And you still like. It feels like as if there was a saying when I remember when I was a younger that we didn't lose, we ran out of time.
Yeah. You say that when I first heard that, I was like, what? Surely you got 80 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
Then you realize, then you sort of now I'm into coaching, obviously.
Yeah. Then
you realize, then you have an appreciation of that say, man, you just ran out of time today.
You guys are lucky, type of thing. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
If they wanted us to go for 2 hours, we would have.
Yeah. Funny enough, late last year, my club played Club Sevens.
Yeah.
And it's 2 days, over 2 days, and Saturday and Sunday, and the rest of the boys had a good first day, and then it was so good that they celebrated on Saturday night, and then they didn't pitch up the next day. So I woke up with all my boys like, I want to come watch Sevens, and the coach goes, a few of the boys in the pitch up, yeah. I was like, righto, what are you going to do now? Because we have default. It's like, you kind of feel embarrassed because you're the RDO director. It's like, stuff it, I'll play.
So you jumped on?
I jumped on. I had these shorts, and some guy from a different club gave me his boots, no socks on, jumped on, jersey. So good. Anyways, the second...
Did you love it?
I did. Look, I did. I was like, whoa, this is so good. I never want to do it again. That's how good it was. Because it sounds weird. I don't want to do it again.
No, I fully understand.
Yeah, it's so good. I wonder at some stage some youngster that I trying to recruit to my club got a line break, and I chased him. And I chased him hard. He had a head start, to be fair. And I got him about a meter from the try line, and he slid and scored. I said to him, you fucking lucky. If another meet, I would have caught you.
Talking to that, if we ran out of time, we didn't use this one.
100%, yeah, 100%, yeah, same sort of thing, same sort of
We
concept.
should have been playing on a 110-meter field.
Yeah,
You lucky bugger.
Yeah, it was good fun, though, really good fun.
No, I mean, MP, we've always resonated with you as a player, but then coaching. Did you ever think you'd be a coach? I mean, first of all, I mean, from you as a player, the stuff that we used to get up to, just me and you, I mean, we were nightmares to Paul then.
Yeah.
But like coaching, was it something that sort of came naturally to you, or was it something that you sort of like, you know what does coaching mean to you? I guess that's my question.
You know, it actually came about how you sort of like, poof, get onto this. Was Jerome, we played, remember you coached the kids at Chief Sevens?
Yes.
George. And the Kenyan team was in George at the time. And I just finished with the Kings.
Yeah.
You know, when you finish playing, like kind of a bit of a
You're looking
rider.
Everywhere.
What's next? And Jerome was there. Anyways, we started talking to him. It's like, oh, I'm here with the Kenyan team. We're based in Cape Town, play Vodacom Cup. This guy, I said, you want to help me? I said, yeah, heck yeah, I'll come help you. So they were based at Tokai. There's a place in Tokai there which they lived in. And I said, yeah, I'll come help you. And that's how I started. And I just helped him out with whatever he needed. But at the time, I was a skills coach. And then a sort of whole campaign of Vodacom Cup. And then sometimes Jerome, because he's working for Western Province at the time,
so he
couldn't attend. So I'll run the sessions.
Yeah.
And then we moved on to after Vodacom Cup, I went back to Kenya. It's like, man, I can't go to Kenya. Can you go there? So I spent like 3.5 weeks in Kenya, just really prepping the boys for the World Cup qualifiers, which today still hurts because we missed it by a point.
Oh my goodness!
Point. Well, Kenya and Namibia were equal on points.
Yeah,
points difference. So we just needed to get a bonus point.
Just like a bonus point. Could be in a bonus loss point.
Yeah, 100%.
Those
would
kind
have
of
been
things.
Would have been the World Cup 15 and I think Group B against All Blacks as well.
Yeah,
probably got a smash there, but it would have been a hell of an experience.
But even those, because people don't understand those margins, because you honors, I guess, the privilege of being in South Africa is that you always play in those tier 1 games.
Yeah.
But the margins at the international level, doesn't matter what tier you're playing in, it's those small margins. Yeah. And this is why it means a lot when you see Namibia playing in the World Cup.
Yeah.
It means a lot when you see a Zimbabwe in 1991, Kennedy's brother, playing at the World Cup. I take it back to Ivory Coast in 95, playing at the World Cup. I mean, that would have been a momentous occasion.
100%.
For the Kenyans to have. I could imagine how much you feel. I mean, it's like unfinished business.
Oh, it still is. It genuinely still is because I felt at that stage the work we put in and it was tough because usually teams fly from, we're based in Cape Town, we'll fly to Joburg or fly wherever.
Yeah.
With bus. And the connections in that bus were so good.
Yes.
And I don't speak Swahili I don't speak Swahili at all. But
yeah. But you could pick it up.
I could pick it up as we go. And the boys accepted me as, because I spend more time with them. So I'll do all their, and it's all pro bono.
Yeah.
I'll do all their, Jerome obviously say, here's the session. We always want you to do for the session. Bang. Because he couldn't go. And I'll do all that kind of stuff. And the mutual respect there, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And that's where it was built. And I was like, man, this is awesome. I love this. And then post that, I went to Spain. I went to Spain and I did a player coaching gig there at University of Vigo, which is in the northwest of Spain. And there, no one speaks English.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I actually didn't think of that.
Oh, God, no one speaks English. No. Luckily enough, the coach was Nom Maxwell.
Yes.
From New Zealand.
From back in the Crusaders land.
Yeah, 100%. So he speaks English. So, that was awesome in that sense. But the city itself is
a rugby city.
Not very rugby city, but it's
Celta Vigo is a big football club. That's where
Benny played.
Benny McCarthy used to play.
Yeah, Benny played. So everyone, the funny thing is that every now and then I'll be in the paper.
Yeah.
after a weekend of playing. And then I'd let the time I had long hair and I'd just walk around in jandals or flip flops and
Yeah.
shorts. And in Spain, you could be going to buy milk down the road.
But you have to dress to the nines.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're not that guy.
And everyone, I've got my boy at that time was a couple of months old, so I had him on my chest or sort of strapped on my chest.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's this mad looking thing with the baby, cute baby?
Did he
Which is
kidnap
hilarious.
his own baby?
I know, yeah. It was awesome. So anyway, that's how this whole sort of rugby coaching thing sort of
Yeah.
festered. I came back and
Did a bit of UCT,
bit of UCT,
the IKEs.
BSD, and at the same time I was working with Alan Sonach
Yes,
at
with
Castile,
the
IPC,
Castile. Yeah.
Rugby Performance Center, which was awesome working with him. I took off to New Zealand for a PD.
Let's not jump away from that. That's exactly where I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
I mean, the New Zealand excursion, this journey that you've been having. How did it come about?
It's interesting because 2018 actually, yeah. So my mate Brad Moore who coached me at the Kings. It was at the time the Crusaders coach. So I hit him up, hey man, you coming to Joburg? It's okay if I just come and just watch and just take notes and watch to see what he does. Yeah, magnificent. Come through, bang, bang, bang. Of which I did. And what I saw at that stage was something different to what I know or how I was coached. And like, I wouldn't mind exploring this a bit further on because it was
How did it
interesting.
speak to you? The way that things were done, because I mean, I understand. I think our youth is similar in the way that we had similar coaching sort of ways and patterns.
Yeah.
What did you see that made you be like, geez, seems like they're talking my language. This is the gospel I'm
I think what
thirsty for.
What it reminded me of was the year we won the sevens, where the players drove the thing and Paul was the conductor. And I was lucky enough at that stage to sit in selection meetings and select and the Crusaders sort of set up team meetings, watch everything.
Leadership groups.
Yeah, leadership group. I was like, man, part of it, Paul was ahead of his time, I guess, in South African terms.
This is like almost like the decade. Oh yeah,
almost a decade later. Actually, yeah. So that's where it went back. My mom went back to that moment like, this is manly, but now this is manly in a different sphere because now it's in action. It's it's not in the seventh. Yeah, not in the seventh sphere, but in the 15th sphere. And I really enjoyed seeing how they operate. I was like, man, I want to explore this a bit further. Anyways, I went over to New Zealand for a PD for a couple of weeks. Again,
PD. I mean, please explain.
Personal development.
Because I know my rugby content producer.
Yeah,
he can't edit a PDF. But
fair enough. Fair enough.
So we have to explain those kind of things.
Yeah, fair enough. So I went there. The Crusaders run a very good coaches course.
Yeah,
and there's two of them. One is one is online, and the other one is you have to go there in person and just see how they do things. And and I did that. That was fantastic. Again, like, man, this is a different way of skinning a cat. Not what I'm used to. From a obviously, usually when you coach like how you were coached.
True.
And all of a sudden you see this different way of coaching. How they do things, and so. That's what basically sort of drew me over there. So the 3 weeks you spend there with my family, like, this is awesome. And I was like, on the flight back, like, if there's a chance to go back here, just in any capacity, man, I'll take it. And it so happened that it popped up, and I checked my name in there. It's like, voila.
How long have you been there? I mean, I remember we had a connection during COVID.
Yep.
As COVID sort of started.
Yeah. 100%,
throwbacks now.
How good was that?
With Shimmy, with Rito, Coco, Kenny.
Yeah.
And you're in New Zealand.
Yeah. Well, imagine if you kept that going, it would be huge by now.
Oh my God. Talk about ahead of time or
Oh,
fall
yeah,
true.
100%. Oh, 100%. So now it's coming up to 6 years in Feb, which is a fairly long time.
Yeah.
And look, it's been enjoyable. It's been a heck of a journey. It's been tough. It's been, as I said, my club is not, it's not a top tier end club, and we punch way above our weight, but it's getting better. And that's the beauty of it. Is like the old saying, trust the process.
Yeah.
And I think I want to say my club right now is living that saying.
Yeah. So the fruits are starting to bear from all the toil that has been put in.
All the toil that's been happening is starting to come to fruition now. And I'm actually excited. I've always started training. This is the second week of pre-season now of this side of Christmas. And the reports I've been getting, man, everyone is excited, everyone is pumped, everyone is showing up, which is awesome.
I mean, you must have such a different way of appreciating now things that in South Africa that we take for granted. In terms of setups, like you think of a Villages, a Hamiltons, False Bay Club, other clubs to Joburg clubs, the Pirates, this and the third. I mean, what have you sort of seen within the club as what makes those hubs what they are in New Zealand?
I think, oh man, right. So sort of we two sort of way you answer this your question. One is that I think what's going on here in this country, in South Africa at the moment, man, it's gold. Obviously in the back of the Springboks back-to-back championship and doing well. I think it's gold. I think it's got everybody excited about rugby.
Yeah.
It's obviously a perception.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what the numbers say, but it looks like everyone excited about rugby.
This is the most fertile time.
Yeah.
This. I mean, we were speaking saying this is the golden time and era. Yeah. It almost feels like everything is in our doorstep. When it comes to rugby, people are receptive.
100%. I mean, I guess you speak to anyone from our generation and even before us. When was the last time they were ever this comfortable going to a test match against the All Blacks or anyone else for that matter? You know what I mean? And that's credit to what Rassie and his management have done in the past. It's just
this group has just been.
They made Springboks or Southern Rugby or Springboks specifically the purple cow of world rugby.
Yeah.
The standard bearers of world rugby, which is awesome. The other way of the second way of asking your question is like so when I started coaching, I was like, man, I want to coach guys for the next tier of rugby. What that looks like.
You want to serve?
Yeah, just go up, mate. I don't want you to play 100 games, mate. Play 2, 3, 10 games. If you're good enough, go up next level. Try to test yourself for the next tier. And when I go to New Zealand, I couldn't understand why guys want to play 100+ game or why it's such a big thing playing the clubs, man. I was like, man, if I did that, this is just me talking. This is just
this is your inner talk, your inner guy talking to you.
I was like, man, if it was me, man, if I play 100 games and I have next year up, I'll find a different job, and move on. Yeah. Because I've always wanted to do that. Because that's how I thought when I was young and up and coming and play. It's like, man, I want the next step. And most of the time, the next step never came. But I still had that desire to go for it.
To get it to the next step.
But my time there has led me to appreciate the effort and the time and the investment. The guys, these guys are laborers. They shovel concrete or buildings or building sites, whatever, for 10 hours a day, and they come back and they show up every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday to play a game for the club. And
some of them are not even playing for a paycheck, right?
Well, no, there's no paycheck. There's no paycheck. No, not at all. It's just because you love the club, you love the community, and you see that because there's a specific table in our club where the old boys who've been there for 50, 40, 30+ years in the club, they all sit there together. And you're like, man,
That's where
That's
it's
why.
about.
That's what it's about, you know. And the good thing about it is that they look after each other, you know. And so you come into a club, you be a good good man. The club takes care of you in terms of finding you an apprenticeship, and you know most of our club members are tradies,
Yeah.
and they, you know, all of a sudden you become a qualified plumber a couple of years down the line, or builder, whatever, you know.
An opportunity
yeah,
will arise within this space.
100%, 100%, and you really learn to appreciate that later. I mean, probably 2 years ago. So we're two legends in our club, a couple of legends. Two of them, a guy called Bill Bush, who was a prop in the 70s, and Wayne Smith, who actually all
Oh,
renowned.
well, the doc.
And they had their book launch. They both wrote books, the last 2 years or whatever it was, 2023, I think it was, and they launched just a couple of months apart, and the club rooms were just chocker plug, and they wanted to have their book launch at our club because that's their club. That's their club, and it's deep. And again, I'll tell you a story. We played against a club called Benside, and it was their club day, which is a big day for the club. And this is 2019, and Smithy was in town.
Yeah.
Came to watch, and Simon Wilson, our chairman, is like, "Hey, Smithy, just go give the boys a bit of a chat in the shed."
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Oh, fuck," he came on, and obviously wide eye, Smithy.
Yeah. I will lap it up.
Oh man, he came and gave a speech that was so rousing. He was nearly in tears in the cloakroom. He says, "Man, I don't fucking cry, and I've coached All Blacks for how many years, but this
Never got emotional about
this
it.
yeah, this is my
To
club.
this level.
This is my club." So, anyways, we the boys warming up. I went to bed. We did a bit of a chat. I say, "Hey, man, tell me more about this club, because man, this club has done so much for me. This club has done so much for me." He says, "When I played in the 70s, for the All Blacks, you go on tour. There's no it's not like now where you get paid for it.
Yeah.
So you
So
stop your
someone
job.
has to do some fundraising.
Yeah. So your job doesn't pay you because you're away from work." He says, and he just had twins at that stage, I think. He says, who look after me? This club. Look after my wife and the kids? This club.
When I was away on those trips.
Yeah. This club look after me. So that's why he loves it. So you listen to the stories like, oh, man. Right. Then you have an appreciation of it.
Yeah.
An understanding of it. And it's awesome. It's just a game. But man, it's just how it brings people together, how it connects people. It's just next level.
How has it been? I mean, you mentioned family.
Yeah.
How has it been for your family? I mean, you got a tribe.
Yeah, I do have a tribe. Yeah, I do. And they're full of beans too, my tribe. Including the missus. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, honey.
No, she's the best by far.
Yeah,
This is the only way we can keep up with you on the socials.
Yeah.
Without her, jeepers.
No one knows. Yeah.
I mean, I'm starting to think, should I write you a telegram?
Yeah, look, my missus, she's wonderful. She's the COO of our family, chief operating officer of our family. So everything, she and I'm just supporting role basically.
Yeah, standard.
And the kids, look, I think we're lucky. When I say we, I mean me and my missus, we're really lucky with our kids. They're pretty well traveled and they're pretty adaptable to things. And in this case, where we are now, when we moved to Spain when my daughter was 2, my son was 2 months.
Yeah.
In this case, now we moved to New Zealand when my daughter was 6, my oldest son was 4, my youngest was 1.
Canada.
We haven't lived in Canada, but we go there quite regularly.
Yeah.
So they're adaptable in the sense that, for them.
The kids, yeah.
Right now, all they know is Kiwi because they grew up there. But we've been here now for 5.5 weeks. And they're like, this is awesome. This is fantastic. We can live here.
What did you, like, I mean, like, looking at them and, like, touching ground and like, this is where their ancestors lie. This is where their roots and, there's something when I go to the Eastern Cape, like the back of my hair is sort of set up, my antennas are up, my vibe's just different. I mean, seeing them sort of, I mean, those things they're not tangible,
Yeah, 100%. We just got back from home a couple of days ago. We were home last week, I think, last weekend, halfway last weekend, and
Just to put it in context, home.
Lusigisi. Sorry.
Yeah, because
Obviously, I'm talking to you because
yeah.
you know where I'm from. Just how organically they engage with their cousins, and and other kids that they don't know, or especially the youngest one doesn't know who they are. And you can't quantify that. You can't. There's no metric for that. It was one of my cousins. He said to my wife, they feel it's free because they know they're home.
Just that.
And I told the story of how Inkabazabo are buried in the garden. My grand buried in the garden.
Yeah.
So, I think spiritually they know that, hey, this is how I'm home now.
Yeah.
And it's hard to explain this, but you have to visually see it.
Yeah.
Like how happy they were. And they've never been. One of the things I'm really looking forward to when we came home was like, to be frank, my kids did live a different life. Live the soft life, if I put it that way.
Yeah. I mean,
and I was like, man, I look forward to
you lived a soft life compared to your folks.
Yeah, 100%.
So
and that's how it is. That's how it is.
I mean?
And I was like, man, I look forward to see you go to long drop.
Yeah.
Just
the challenge.
Yeah, just challenge for it.
How?
I don't know. Oh look,
I thought New Zealand was rural.
Oh yeah, no. Look,
when they got here.
Oh look, look when they got there. Oh look, luckily for us, obviously, one of my mom owns a place called Cozy Posy, which is a B&B, so we stay there usually, and they just for their comfort, but but just for them, how they just
they embraced it,
and just I run away with it, and that's what my kids are, and that's what I'm learning from. They're teaching me something. Like, look, sometimes as dads, as adults, as parents,
yes,
we hesitate and stuff like, oh, I don't want.
We're the ones who are thinking for them.
Well, never mind that, but you even for yourself, like, oh, I don't want to put my CV there because I'm not qualified enough. Well, the kids are like, oh, fuck it, I'll give it a go. So what happens?
I can only fail.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, I think my youngest boy is he epitomized that. He doesn't give a shit. He just.
I've seen the post the missus puts out and there's attitude, and I can't wait to like physically and sort of bump into them.
Yeah.
So the family is good. The rugby is good.
Yeah.
Just in New Zealand, something that I think I was speaking to Jake White about a few years ago.
Yeah.
And he was talking about something that he felt was missing in South Africa was coaching pathways.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, if I woke up today and I said to myself, actually, let me be ambitious, says in 20 years' time, I want to coach the Springboks. Where do I go? How do I go about it? What is it that I go to? Where do I go? How does that look like in New Zealand?
Right. Disclaimer here. My answer here could be very different to what actually is. Yeah. But I'll tell you what I've observed. What I've seen.
Yeah.
So
for you actually, especially, so that we don't put it on New Zealand.
100%. So the one thing that about New Zealand specifically is that there's Super Rugby, and there's Club Rugby concurrently. Or Super Rugby is at first, and then Club comes in.
But at the same time,
yeah. So there's nothing in between.
So your feeder systems,
is your club basically. And most of the players that play NPC, a fair chunk of them, let me not say the most, a fair chunk of them come from club.
Okay.
You perform well in club, you get picked, and you get picked into squads, and you play. So from a again, this is personal opinion of what I've observed, and I could be way off the mark here.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. What I've noticed is that club performance will put you in a good stead to NPC, for example.
Sure.
I say this because all club games, Div 1 games, first team games are filmed, and upload it on a portal like what's that thing called again? Uh, anyways, yeah, portal.
They got a portal, like a portal where now everyone can go
Yeah.
and seek and look out for these
Seek and
players
look
for
out.
scouting,
for scouting,
for sponsorship, for whatever it is that is about club.
also for preview and reviews. So if I'm
Yeah.
playing against you next week, because all your game are there, I can preview your game and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, 100%. The other thing is that what Canterbury, I speak for Canterbury now, what they do very well is there's a massive amount of information or IP shared to the clubs, from top down to the clubs. And that helps in terms of, because they want to keep the game. If we, I think the game is teetering towards the edge.
Yeah.
Other sports are catching up. I mean, I remember 2019, there was a kid who won $4.7 million playing Fortnite in an auditorium in America somewhere, I think it was.
Yes.
And it's a full pack auditorium. So rugby is competing against those kind of sports.
NBA, Netflix, entertainment,
100%,
music.
Yeah. 100%, yeah. So there's a big shift in towards. I think it's always been there, but there's the amount of information shared from obviously the professionals and everybody else within the club system. That in itself is gold.
Wait, so there's consistent talk about shared IP, but how far in detail? Because I found people are very scared to be vulnerable, to share what they know, because I'm of this person. My mindset, how I've always sort of thought that if I can give you what I know, then I have to find another way. So that means I can grow again. Yeah. Well, because I don't want to sit on this thing.
Yeah, that's the Kiwi mindset. It's like, I'll give you everything, but
then you're gonna come back and give me more. We're gonna give more. It's a continual conversation.
100%. But the key though is that I give you what I have, knowing that it's all good and gold. All's good. You can have it, but you present to your group, but you know me. Does it make sense?
So you present it to your group.
I give you what I have.
Yeah.
Here's my IP. Bang.
Yeah.
Now you go present it to your group if you want to, but you know me. That's a point of difference.
Oh, wow.
So the key to this is you got to copy, edit, then paste, so that it suits who you're working with. Now, it's no good of me when we have, say, Matt Todd, for example, who's doing the defense coach for the Crusaders right now.
Sure.
So every year we have the equivalent of a box smart. It's called, oh God, I forgot now. Jesus. Every year you have to do it every year.
Okay.
And how it's done.
Oh, so it's almost like a refresher type of thing.
Yeah, refresher type of thing. Yeah. So how it's done is that they do these sessions. So it will be, oh God, it could be high performance sessions, what they call them.
Sure.
I feel like a better word. I forgot the name is now. And last year was Shane Fletcher, the manager, presented, and then it was Matt Todd did the defense. Someone did the set piece, someone did the attack. So all these guys come and sit there and share their stuff Now, that stuff is tailor-made for the Crusaders, for example.
Sure. It's the cattle that he has.
Yeah, the cattle he has. Now, I, as a Belfast man,
sure,
I don't have that cattle.
Yes.
So
what is it I can nitpick, pick, and because I always have this thing of saying, like, to win a rugby game, it's not 55 different things. There's few things that you have to get right to earn a result.
100%.
It doesn't change. But then where do you lack within your squad and your system, which whatever I'm getting, so now me trying to interpret what I'm hearing to make sure that this can add value to this program I'm running.
100%. Hey, nail on the head. Nail on the head there. You got to, as I said, copy, edit, and paste, because you don't have.
I love the edit.
Yeah, you don't have Rich Mongo on your team. You don't have for the Springboks, for example, you don't have a Sia College in your team.
Sure.
You don't have Peter Steph in your team.
Yeah.
We can't have a flanker chasing down the 10 on defense all the time. I'll just make an example there.
Or maybe it's not even his personality.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to figure a way out, or rather, what is it about this? It's great information, what can I take out of this to suit my cattle? You know, it could be one or two things, boom, or it could be nothing.
Well, we can talk about coaching forever. I mean, psychology is something that we both sort of enjoy because, we played loose forwards and everyone told us we were too small. And there's so many ways that we had to sort of figure that out. But let's talk to the current Super Rugby. Super Rugby, while I'm talking Super Rugby, Investec Champions Cup is what is mind-boggling for the South African fans at the moment. URC, you are a person who sort of, because South Africans don't get that much, we still get, it's still delivered in our televisions. Super Sport still does deliver the production. But what have you picked up of Super Rugby? Hence, South Africa has gone. I know everyone will be interested in that. What have you picked up? What has Super Rugby sort of become for you? Because you grew up under Super 12.
Yeah. How good was that?
Yeah.
So, but you played as Super 12. So, Jesus.
Don't say it like that.
Look, without a doubt, I think I'm with everyone in the sense that the departure of the 4 Frenches from South Africa, or 5, I think it was, has been not great for the product.
Yeah.
But in saying that though as well, and I know some people were like, might be like disagree with me on this point.
Yeah.
But as much as it's not the same product as it was in Super 12 specifically,
sure,
it's not as bad as
everyone is making it out to be.
Yeah.
The entertainment value still
100% is there.
The superstars are still there.
100%. And also what you look at it this way. Super Rugby was canned. Super Rugby, as you knew it, was canned 2020, right?
Yeah.
So the Kiwis have won. All Blacks now have won. And I'm not advocating for them or championing them at all this year. They've won championship in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and they
semi-finalists.
Finalists in the World Cup.
Yeah, I was talking 2019 semi-finalists.
Well, they were still Super Rugby then.
Yeah.
finalists in 2023. This year they went into lost the box by 10 points combined, and they beat Ireland at home, beat England at home, just lost to France. Then you're like, and I understand that obviously there's a big difference between Super and international. I get that, and obviously you have more experience in that department than I do. But for me, what that tells me is that the product is not as bad as we assume it to be, especially considering that you're only picking from the 5 teams in New Zealand.
Yeah. The similar sort of state South Africa was in 2016.
Yeah.
Where when Alistair was in charge.
Yeah.
Where it was only South African base players.
Yeah.
That was
100%. 100%, yeah. 100%.
Before the Matt Kittor law got pulled into Australia.
Yep.
And New Zealand are still as competitive, and somehow finding the reason for the players to stay.
Yeah, 100%. Look, and it's from my perspective, it's admirable. It's like, man, you guys, everyone is bagging this super tournament, but holy shit, a lot of teams would appreciate, would be like, wow, how you tracking along the last couple of years with the way the Super Rugby is, you know what I mean? And that's probably just credit to the system that they have over there. In saying that though as well, man, how good is it to see the Springboks just
thriving?
Oh man, it's so good. It's so good.
I know. I mean, to sort of calm the nerves of all the South Africans, who does your kid support?
Oh, Jesus, box any day of the week. Holy mother. Oh, man, you have no idea.
So what happens when there's I can't even. Dunedin this year. No, it's Eden Park this year.
How good.
It's the All Blacks. It's the Old Foes in New Zealand. The Springboks in New Zealand. How much are people already talking about it? Are people looking forward to it?
Oh, look in my circle. Yeah, they are. So I've got this book club.
Yeah.
book club.
Yeah, no, I knew exactly
Yeah,
what it is.
And we've already talked about Right Out Boys. We're very disappointed because the one COVID year was supposed to be Dunedin, and obviously it didn't happen because COVID.
Yeah,
We already talked about Auckland next year.
trip.
Because again it was Auckland on the 5th or 6th of September. This year, sorry. Because obviously it's a box, all
Yes.
Blacks, and it's also there's a record online, etc., etc. So it's a bit of excitement in my circle of group.
Yeah.
There's even more. What's funny enough though, there's even more excitement in 2026
Oh, with the tour.
with a tour. Again, I caught up with a few old guys, old Blacks. You know, man, those guys loved coming here. And you can't fake that. You can't,
No, it's not.
They loved the hardness of rugby they faced in South Africa. And all they talk about is like, man, how awesome was the tour here and how hard the rugby was. And they cannot wait for the 3-test series in South Africa. How good is that?
In that, how good is that? And in those words, I mean, Mpho, thank you so much for your
Good.
generosity, for your time. Know you've been traveling and lots has been happening.
Yeah.
Just to you all who are out there watching the Careport, please like and subscribe and give us some more love. We want to create and grow this community. We want to create this space where we can come and share stories, because we're nothing without those stakeholders. Remember one of those connections that Mpho was talking about, making sure that we do it for the people that behind those people who are all clicking and making sure we can make a living out of this and you can enjoy what we bring. Mpho,
Thanks, Bobs. Thanks for having me, man. It's been awesome.